Our event now moves toward the keynote. And who better than the president of the International Federation of Accountants to present what is relevant and in force in the international business community, the role of integrated reporting in reviving the global economy. Mr. Alan Johnson became IFAC president in November 2020, having previously served as deputy president from 2018 to that year, and he's been a board member since November 2015. Now, in his professional life, he has had a wide range of experience and in several territories. He has been a long period with Unilever Global Foods businesses in various finance management positions in Africa, Europe, and Latin America.
And a year ago, Mr. Johnson was appointed a non-executive director and member of the Audit and the Succession and Appointments Committees of Imperial Brands PLC, a company in the UK. And before that, he was also a non-executive director of the UK Department for International Development and chaired its Audit and Risk Assurance Committee. So here then is Mr. Alan Johnson, poised and ready to speak to us on the role of integrated reporting in reviving the global economy. Useful topic.
Thank you very much for your very warm introduction. Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. President Lakshman Vatuvalla, Vice President Enayaka Bandara, the Chairman of the Stock Exchange of Sri Lanka, the Director General of the Chairman of the SEC, the Director General of the Stock Exchange, the Governing Council of CMA Sri Lanka, and of course my esteemed fellow speakers and other guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the International Federation of Accountants, or IFAC, I send my congratulations to CMA Sri Lanka and all of today's honorees for the CMA Excellence in Integrated Reporting Awards 2021. I, of course, regret that the continuing public health situation has kept me from joining this ceremony in person. And when I spoke at the CMA Sri Lanka National Management Accounting Conference via Zoom on the 27th of September last year, I said then that I was hopeful that I would be able to attend this event in person this year. Sadly, as we know, this cannot be the case because of the emergence of the Omicron variant, which has, of course, for everyone, significantly changed the situation. But I would like to send my deepest sympathy to the many thousands of Sri Lankan families who have lost their loved ones so prematurely. So may I thank President Vatuvalla for allowing me to participate from my home in Europe. And I very much look forward to the next time the circumstances will allow me to be with you in person. So first, a few words about IFAC. As the global voice of the accountancy profession, IFAC represents more than 3 million professional accountants through our 180 member organizations across 135 countries. And our mission is to serve the public interest by enhancing the relevance, the reputation, and the value of the accountancy profession around the world. And essentially, our work falls into three categories. We represent an advocate for the profession as its global voice. We support and promote the development, the adoption, and implementation of high-quality international standards. And we help to equip the profession through our member professional accountancy organizations and all of their professional members that they represent for their future. And what we do as IFAC, we can only do it because our members, our associates and our affiliate organizations, and also our network partners have the resources and the geographic reach to make what we do happen, and indeed to make transformations happen. CMA Sri Lanka is not only an IFAC member, but also a member of the South Asian Federation of Accountants and the Confederation of Asian and Pacific Accountants. And these connections are crucial to the profession in Sri Lanka, in the region, and indeed across the world, because these connections define what our global profession is. So our topic, inspired by the achievements of very many CMA Sri Lankan members, is integrated reporting and its role in economic recovery. For centuries, accounting has been the language of business, of governments, of trade and capital markets. But in the 21st century, it has become clear that this language is insufficient in a rapidly changing world. And even the fundamental concepts of what value is and how value should be created are not accounted for in the traditional financial methods of reporting on an organization's activities and impacts. And this was made very clear by Professor King. Integrated reporting brings together all relevant narrative, quantified and monetized information related to value creation. The integrated reporting process has three key features. First, it incorporates the same level of quality expected from financial reporting. Second, it is a predictive as well as an historical analysis of performance and resilience. And third, it can enable integrated management thinking, which is what is ultimately needed to improve decision-making and capital allocation. But ultimately, it's the outcomes in society that really matter. Organizations are increasingly using integrated thinking and reporting to connect all important aspects of value creation and sustainability. They're using integrated reports to get the best, most complete information to investors and stakeholders, and to engage with them about the full scope of a company's activities, and importantly, a company's role in society. The essential context for this trend is the current age of disruption. Digitalization is upending entire industries and many processes that employ countless individuals. Financial markets are fraught with geopolitical and economic volatility and vulnerable to disruption by externalities. The deepening climate emergency and the ongoing COVID-19 crisis have shown that the most important institutions of economic and social life to be fragile. Since the International Integrated Reporting Council was formed with the support of IFAC in 2020, the number of organizations using integrated reports has grown, with now more than 2,500 organizations in over 70 countries implementing integrated reporting, including, as we've heard, here in Sri Lanka. When IFAC supported the creation of the IIRC in 2020, our aim was to enhance corporate reporting in a way that would enable boards of directors to discharge their duty of accountability well beyond just financial performance. The accountancy profession, for us, integrated reporting was a significant milestone because, as I've already said, financial accounting and reporting have long been the language of business and capital markets. They are, of course, critical, but on their own, they're not sufficient for boards to discharge their duty of accountability for long-term value creation. We now need to respond to the demands from investors, policymakers, and other stakeholders for a reporting system that delivers constant, comparable, reliable, and assurable information related to enterprise value creation and sustainable development. The price of continuing with a fragmented approach is inefficiency, increased cost to investors and companies, and a lack of trust. Because we all know the importance of trust. We know how long it takes to establish, but we also know that it can be lost very, very quickly. So IFAC has worked hard through 2020 and 2021 to support the establishment of the new International Sustainability Standards Board, or the ISSB, under the IFRS Foundation. And we enthusiastically welcome the news of its formation and its initial activities. Climate and other sustainability issues are global in nature, and the IASB will deliver a global solution for sustainability disclosures. The multi-jurisdictional footprint of the IASB reflects this reality and can hopefully facilitate implementation of the IASB standards. IFAC also welcomes recent announcements to combine the Climate Disclosure Standards Board, the CDSB, and the Value Reporting Foundation with the IFRS Foundation by June 2022, providing the much needed consolidation and contributing support and resources towards the success of the IASB, very much what Mervyn King mentioned earlier. Because this will position the IASB to build upon the high quality work of existing sustainability related initiatives and harmonize the standard setting landscape so that they can deliver a comprehensive global baseline of sustainability information material to enterprise value, connected to financial reporting through the fundamental concepts and guiding principles of integrated reporting. These organizations under the IFRS Foundation are the bedrock for the next crucial phase of international standard setting on sustainability reporting. As a result, it is also crucial for effective integrated thinking and reporting. It is worth asking the question, where and how does integrated reporting fit into the real world? Well, I suggest we just look at the excellent work of today's award winners for specific examples. And for now, I will just aim to provide a few thoughts on the bigger picture. It is important that we do not forget where we are trying to go as a profession, as partners in the pursuit of economic recovery. We want to support, deliver, and act on a full understanding of value and value creation in each of our organizations. Because corporate reporting is not only about creating greater transparency and accountability for performance, it is also just critically meant to convey how a company creates and sustains value and to ensure that this information truly reflects the business's operations and impacts. This information gets to the heart of the public interest. Everyone, not only company shareholders, but also its managers, its employees, its customers, the regulators, and civil society at large. Everyone needs the most complete picture of value and value creation that an organization can offer, because this is a precondition for achieving a sustainable economic and environmental future. To better position investors and asset managers to allocate capital towards long-term value creation, there's a strong need not only to move to global standard setting for non-financial reporting under the IASB, but also at the same time to embrace integrated reporting principles. The development, adoption, and implementation of the IASB standards will enhance the quality of reporting and support robust assurance processes. However, interconnected corporate reporting that has integrated thinking at its heart is the foundation for changing corporate behavior and corporate practices. And the International Integrated Reporting Framework provides the strategic context and framework for global efforts to develop standards and ensures alignment between internal thinking and external reporting. Because reporting needs to reflect how companies really operate. If companies are reporting information on matters that they're not managing, we have to ask why not? And at the same time, demand an answer if companies are managing significant matters on which they are not reporting. Because those companies that benefit most from an integrated reporting approach typically have their CFOs and finance teams as a central part of this effort. CFOs and finance leaders are in an ideal position to help shift the corporate mindset from short-term shareholder value creation to longer-term stakeholder value creation and protection. Through integrated reporting, they can better deliver these insights to boards, to the CEOs, to managers, investors, and many others. In terms of reporting, CFOs can connect the non-financial areas to core strategic objectives and the financial decisions that are made, as well as ensure all external and internal reporting is consistent in content and in messaging. And integrated reporting provides a foundation for rethinking value creation because it empowers organizations to break down reporting silos and recast reporting as a more meaningful activity involving the measurement, the management, and the communication of what matters to long-term success, while of course delivering short-term resilience and performance. We're at an exciting moment in the evolution of corporate disclosures, but it is through integration of these disclosures, not just the proliferation of disclosures themselves, that investors and other stakeholders can properly assess a company's exposure to sustainability risks, a company's ability to manage those risks, and its actual performance on sustainability and all other issues. Developing, adopting, and implementing global standards for sustainability disclosures remains a critical task for our profession in support of the new ISSB. It should be a top priority for the global profession with the urgency of the climate emergency itself. As business leaders, the accounting profession and the professional accounting organizations such as CMA Sri Lanka play a key role, both in encouraging us to realize the benefits of integrated thinking and reporting, and in driving the production and assurance of integrated reports. Today's award ceremony is just the latest in your consistent effort to promote a better understanding of value and value creation and enhancing corporate reporting in Sri Lanka. I would like to emphasize the role of our profession, wherever we practice our skills, to help achieve a fundamental reorientation of society towards sustainability and fairness. Because our jobs as servants of the public interest is to ensure that our profession helps create a better world for all people. Our role relates to the resilience of society as a whole through sustainable value creation, trust, and fairness in institutions. And of course, we should never forget a healthy natural environment. So not only is there an incredibly important need for our profession to lead on sustainability to fulfill our public interest mandate, but there's also an incredible opportunity for us to help those in the private and public sectors make the tough choices that are inevitably facing every country as a result of the pandemic, but not only the pandemic. Let us use this opportunity to do what is right for the long-term benefit of all. Because I believe, and as Professor Mervyn King has said, the profession can create a better, more resilient world with stronger economies and fairer societies by doing so. We are all indebted to Professor Mervyn King, who primarily is the reason why for the past 10 years or so, we've been talking about integrated reporting and integrated thinking. Professor King is the renowned international corporate governance expert and sustainability pioneer, challenging businesses to change the way they address corporate strategy and corporate governance, forcing us all to think and plan on a longer-term horizon and ensure that organizations' purpose goes well beyond the interests of just a few stakeholders. The creation of the International Integrated Reporting Council, the IRRC, was his initiative that has driven so much of the change in both corporate decision-making, but also corporate reporting. He has challenged our profession to step up, to understand our role in creating, in protecting and reporting value, and of course, to ensure there's effective governance at the heart of every organization. His leadership has resulted in the improvement to the quality of information a more cohesive and efficient approach to corporate reporting, enhancements to accountability and stewardship, and driven integrated thinking, decision-making, and actions that focus on the creation of value over the short, the medium, and of course, the long term. So Mervyn, on behalf of the International Federation of Accountants and the accounting profession, I thank you for your significant contributions over many decades to making the world a fairer and more sustainable place. I would also like to take this opportunity to congratulate all the winners of the CMA Sri Lanka's Excellence in Integrated Reporting Awards 2021, but also to thank all of the companies who submitted entries to this year's awards. I wish also to acknowledge the significant contribution of your founding and current president, Professor Lakshman Vattabala, who has done so much for the profession in Sri Lanka and across Asia, having served as the president of the Sri Lankan Institute of Chartered Accountants, the South Asian Federation of Accountants, the Organization of Professional Accountants of Sri Lanka, and the founder and past president of the Association of Accounting Technicians of Sri Lanka. And of course, his numerous corporate and public sector leadership positions. And may I also congratulate your Vice President, Hanayaka Bandara, on his recent appointment as the President of the South Asian Federation of Accountants for 2022, and wish him much success during his presidential term. Again, I thank CMA Sri Lanka for supporting excellence in integrated reporting, with these awards now in their 7th year. Thank you for giving me the honor of joining you virtually today. And I do hope that I will be able to be in Sri Lanka before the end of my presidential term, which ends in November this year. It is really a privilege to be president of IFAC, especially now. This is a time of many challenges, but also many opportunities. And I thank every member of CMA Sri Lanka for the great work you do to support and drive the sustainable development of your country. So my best wishes to you all. Please stay safe and keep well. Thank you.
Our thanks to Mr. Alan Johnson. Thank you very much.